passing someone. Looks big.
Oh, is it Magna, is it? Jumbo, yeah. Yeah, going to the west, yeah. It's a bit like when you get your emails on Outlook, on your emails, your inbox, and your page. So, based on the amount of traffic I've got coming in, I might as well shoot this Dreamliner. You know, have you got live show? Have you got shows starting soon? Still up? Don't take it down just yet. Okay, we'll shoot this. We'll shoot this.
Say that, then. Okay, right.
Apparently so, I heard about that. Crazy as in crazy late, or... Oh my good God, really? Someone did send me a message saying that there was a crazy Korean go around, or... What's that?
No, there will be people who wouldn't have seen it yet, but it's just that after the race, it's always it's a discussion point with a lot of people, and when people come to the feed, after the fact, they might come in there. That's why it's good to put the warning up so that people can be aware that, not to, maybe don't look at the chat. I don't know. Anyway, that's two BA 350s just gone out. Okay. Consensor Grolela. Pardon? Noise. Consuela. Do we know what time that go around was? Like during daylight, or I did Bombardier has gone. Interesting that blimey, monitor's really not picking up. There we go. Say it there, Dad. So that one on its way to Boston, on its way out to oh, that wasn't it. G9 787-9 on its way to Toronto. Oh no, there was a 350 went out to Washington. So old banger inbound. What else have we got? China. Moscow. Have you? What, from yesterday? Royal Brunei? Dreamliner. 5:45. You're joking, 5:45. That's not long after we finished, was it?
Oh, right, okay. Oh, for God's sake, I don't know. Look at this coming out from over there. What's this all about? That's something that we don't see very often. Is that Qatar? Or is it Saudi? Yeah, it's Saudi. Coming out of T4 where it normally would come out of. So what, have they opened up T4, or is this guy just nipped round the back of the bike sheds for a crafty fag? No. Or is he just offloaded PPE maybe round the corner? But why would he do it there and not down at the freight hub? Although they have been offloading PPE from remote stands, even at gate on some occasions. Other than that, I don't really know. Let's just have a little look and see. Yeah, she's on radar, headed out to Riyadh. No, mate. Wow, that's a really sort of like late, noisy. Wow. So this guy's going out intersect. Interesting though to see. Oh, what a miss! What a miss! No, that must have, I don't know, something on the runway or. Oh, that's a shame, man. That's a real shame. Anyway, it is what it is. We miss these things, man. We miss. That would have been spectacular though. 100 feet, that's over the threshold, more or less over the threshold. So that would have been full power up. I'll tell you what it would have been like. It would have been like that United 777 that we caught during Storm Kiara, Jilly. You remember that one? Really late, really like laid on big throttles and lots of smoke and soot coming out the back of the engines. We should find that and throw it up, but mind you, that is in the go around sequence from Storm Kiara, isn't it? And that was from the paddock as well. So pretty gnarly, man, pretty gnarly. What's that? Is that a hold on, let me just move this way a little bit so I can sorry about that. Turkish Dreamliner coming up. I'll just get that for the sake of getting it, I guess. Little Ryanair 737 possibly. Or is that BA? Is that BA? It's BA, isn't it? He's descending. Oh no, that's Ryanair. Sorry. Flipping heck. Sorry about that. Okay, so just see. Wow, look at that silhouette of that triple going out, man. Sorry about that. Just seeing the Turkish wing there. To the right there, you can just about see the wing of that Turkish. I don't know what he's waiting for, but... little Swiss 220. Interesting, they still... Oh, now it says on Plane Finder, CS300, A220, 300. It is 100% an A220 now, because Airbus originally had 51% of shares, and the Bombardier company retained 31%, but Airbus then went and bought their remaining shares, took it up to 71%, and the other investment company, Airbus Canada as well, assembled in Canada, the A220, built a new plant out there. Check audio's good, Jelly. Just please. Yeah, all good? Yeah, okay. Is it? North of me. Oh wow, look at this. Yeah, but what's that right about? Oh man, I've got too many things going on here. Oh, am I gonna get that? Am I gonna get that? Am I gonna get that? Ah, he's just gone in the cloud, hasn't he? Ah. Yeah, he's heading west, yeah, I don't know. Oh, is it? Okay. Is it? Yeah, twin engine, but where's 400's going which direction? Okay. Ah, yeah, well then that's going to be in the clouds. Oh, there she is, man, there she is. Look. Hold on. Should get it just before she... I don't. That's the trouble. Oh man, bloody hell! I've just got the sun burning in my eyes, man. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm guessing that she's there. You see, I can't tell whether the bleeding thing's in focus or not. Sod it. If I don't... Yeah. Yeah. It was just show starting soon, yeah? Not live show starting soon. Oh, no, just show. Just all live, innit? Oh, say it again. Yeah, we've... No, show's starting soon. That's what I asked for. Not live show starting soon. It's cool though. It's cool because yeah, okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's all live anyway. Here comes Tip Banger like. Watch the old spoilers, the old speed brakes or ground spoilers come up on the wing. Whoa, yeah! So yeah, interesting to see that, because obviously the freight hub can't be allowed to be affected by any works being done on the runway. So I'm guessing that they will either leave a patch of runway available for the aircraft to taxi over, or the aircraft will have to taxi out full length of the runway and use the entry point, I'm guessing, So again, it is under debate with us lot as to just how much repair or how much work is going to be carried out. Resurfacing, we are aware of that. Is that the full length that it's going to be resurfaced is the question. Do you remember we had the Royal Jordanian A300 in quite a number of times over the crisis? Well, I say over the crisis, we're still in the bloody crisis, but during the lockdown, should I say. Not seen that for a while, but unless, of course, somebody else has. So, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Big Jet TV, Sunday afternoon show. Out of our normal remit, has to be said. Nice. Casey Pye, welcome. 3:30 inbound. EGPX, Mark Barr, David Curtis, Terry Slater, John Grinham, John Collier, Hugh Taylor, Adrian Anderson, M14 guy, out there in the United States of America. Good afternoon to you. Aid Dodds, Stephen Owers. Big shout out to Colin Bracker, who is making the new key fob for us all, folks. That'll be on sale hopefully within another week, I'd imagine. We'll be able to bring you these key fobs. Three different options: black with white lettering, white fob with black lettering, or white fob with red lettering. All looking very smart indeed. Again, in using really good quality plastic as well. None of your tat. And nicely finished as well. 3D printed, by the way, folks. In the UK. By a 3D printer. Colin Bracker's 3D printer in the UK. Haha, it's brilliant, man. Say, don't flare those things as much as the Americans do. Wow, listen to that. Noise just bouncing, sounding like it's coming from the northern runway. That's insane, man. Wow. I honestly looked over to my right and thought, is there something coming in or going out? Has something just landed on the northern runway? It was that noticeable. Debash Mode, good afternoon to you. Kieran Sims. Laura Ribbons. In Shake Shaft, sorry I haven't answered you yet, mate. Haven't got round to that video. I'm sure we'll be able to find it for you though, my friend. Okay, put those on the stall. Wow, it is hot up here on the roof, ladies and gents. Carlos Stranimu is in the house. Been watching some great space shows. Deep Space Nine. No, not Deep Space Nine. Just about the planets, basically, and their formation, and our galaxy, and all that kind of groovy stuff. Chili, can I just check? Can you just do an audio check and make sure that they can hear me? Because I've got the mic sort of like pointed slightly, tilted slightly away from me. So I just want to make sure that they can hear me clearly. That's all. Yeah, you're all good? Oh, okay, that's great. Super smashing great. Hey! Tell you what, old Formula One should get a new thing, shouldn't they? Keep out of the red and in the black. Because you don't want to be in the red. Otherwise you get a 5-place grid penalty and only your BFH. Bus fare home. Do you remember that? BFH. Should we gamble? Should we gamble? Go on, gamble. Go, gamble, gamble. I remember. Non-dart player first. 101 or more in 6 darts. Inevitably, it was the non-dart player that usually outshone the dart player. Who sort of like stepped up to the hockey all sort of like smart and like, right, here we go then, son. Get out of the way, let me show you how to do it. 15, 1, 3. That's 19. Now your partner scored 78. Anyway, sorry. When you're going to bed, good afternoon to you. Sandra Graver. David Ovenden, good that you can hear me. Thank you, my friends. Michaela Marshall. Pauline is in the house. Good day to you, Pauline. Let's just put display and brightness on to never lie. Simon McClam, yes. I know. Don't you worry about it. I'm not saying anything. I'm talking about actually qualifying yesterday because obviously times were deleted once they went off the track. So it's nothing to do with today. So no talk about today's race because I know that I'm not going to do what my mum used to do. Oh well, you wouldn't have missed anything anyway. Oh, thanks. Because it's a good race, folks. That's all I'm going to say. Definitely, if you're planning an evening around the TV to watch the race, definitely turn off the chat now. Don't look at the chat, and people, please, let's not talk about it. And I'm sorry I brought it up because whenever I do, inevitably. So that's interesting. We haven't seen a Virgin Dreamliner parked up down there for some time. The last time we saw a Dreamliner parked up down there with Virgin Atlantic, it wouldn't have had any engines on it. The only reason why that paddock don't move is because it's nailed there. Richard Noyle, good afternoon to you. Kieran Sims, of course, we've said hello to Kieran. George's Journeys, Kev B, Shaker Maker. Tim Webb, thank you for 200 stars, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. Nathan Hall, watching from Mulberry, Texas. Wow, Mulberry, cool. Hope everybody's well out there, wherever you are in the world. Of course, Texas is sort of like, you know, is that Midwest Texas? Yeah. So further west than it is east, I think, isn't it? Or is it sort of like middle USA, mid USA? So therefore it'd be central time, would it? In Texas? Six hours, okay. So that's definitely, oh well. Okay, that's interesting. It's New York then. New York 6 hours in all, isn't it? Oh, a 5, okay. Okay, so 5 Eastern, there we go, yeah, there. So I think I'm about, yeah. I read a thing the other day about Trump saying that he wanted to do something this convention that he's doing, which is great. It's great, and all that sort of thing. But it was quite funny because there was a picture of the landmark, with all the presidents' faces on it, all carved into the, beautifully done, blah blah blah. And I thought for a minute when I saw it, I thought that Trump was saying, right, okay, I'm going to have one of my face drilled into the side of the mountain. But anyway, I thought that it wasn't it, so there we go. But anyway, how are you doing? Oh, have they done it on a Photoshop? Have they photoshopped it? Oh, that's funny, man. Oh, right, yeah, no, that's funny. Martin Wells, thank you very much indeed. Yes, indeed. A lot of people coming on and not having seen the show before. Boab down there. Bravo, Oscar, Alpha, Bravo. One of the 740 Concords that was donated. Of course, it didn't have to go very far when it came in here. I think it was probably the one that travelled the least amount of mileage. Well, it would have been, wouldn't it? Because the other one's got sort of... she would have come in here and just never flown out again. A bit like the VC-10 at Brooklands. I think it's... is it Zambian Airways or Air Zambia or something like that? The one at... or Nigerian Airways or something like that at Brooklands. VC-10. Did you say that Cathay 747 is due out? Okay, interesting. It's their 400 today, CF6 power. Aquiline have just actually acquired ex-Cathay Pacific 747-400 and have also recruited ex-Virgin 747 captains, which is quite good, which is great for those guys. Roy Claringbold, Karen Langley, George Pedrero, good afternoon to you. Acorn Revival, BOAC VC10 at Duxford, yes, of course, and a great example of her too, it is. Very much looking forward to speaking to the guys and girls at Duxford. Like I said, I was contacted by them just before the outbreak, and obviously the discussion sort of like went for a bag of peanuts. But hopefully get those discussions back online again. I'm actually taking me boots off because I've worn my bloody boots, haven't I? And my feet are baking now. So I've got my flip-flops. No, I don't. I'm just going to stand here in my socks. Oh, ow. Oh, it's like walking along Brighton Beach. No, it ain't. I'll just shoot this quick. Is he turning on? So he's just locked on to the ILS basically, acquired the ILS, and he's about 10 miles out over East London, just turning in over sort of the O2 Arena, that part of the world, and then head directly west towards London Heathrow on the glide slope. He's just and now you'll see, there you go, lights on, and camera will go out of focus. Thanks for that. Ooh, crush a grip. Interesting that these 747s down here, the ones around the corner, yesterday when I left here, they were running them up. They had the generators all. In fact, look, you can still see. Look, not these ones, but the ones around the corner. Oh no, it's not. It's a truck, isn't it? They were generators, ground power units. In fact, there's one there. Look, next to these aircraft. There isn't any next to those 747s over there, but they are around the corner, and they were running up the APUs. So obviously, keeping those aircraft, you know, running and active, keep the systems ticking over. Never like to sort of like leave something, so much technology just sort of like sitting there for the amount of time that it is. In an ideal world, they like to. Oh, doors closed. In an ideal world, they like to have obviously. At least taking the aircraft around the airfield for a little walk, basically, to because when you leave a piece of equipment like that with so much weight on the wheels, obviously the brakes, the wheels, the hubs, the rubber of the tyres can, you know, they need to be rotated, basically. Because they can not so much deteriorate, but you know, calipers, brake, disc pad brakes, you know, disc pads on disc brakes, and all that sort of like technology that goes on inside all the hydraulic lines and so on and so forth that need to sort of like be run up and warmed up. That's why it's always good to, if you're not planning on driving your car for any specific length of time, you know, start it up once a week, give it a little run up, not for too long, because otherwise you coke up the exhaust outlets on the manifold, you know, but or even your valve heads, but you know what I'm talking about, basically, to keep the aircraft moving. But obviously they don't have that luxury of being able to sort of like walk them around everywhere. So the inspection point of when these aircraft come back into service, obviously they have to, you know, check them for everything, really, especially the external parts like the flaps, slats, all the moving components, wing components. Mind that. Great to meet Luke Van Jaap yesterday as well, here at London Heathrow with his daughter. Got a couple of stickers. Good to see you, Luke, and hope you're well. Yeah, apparently long time ago, long time ago, when I had the Mercedes, Oh, wasn't it? I was with Johnny, wasn't I? Oh, okay. Peter Lowe, the Boom Supersonic jetliner, has been on the cards for quite some time, actually. It's a private consortium. I believe Boeing are involved financially, but quite how much I don't know. But obviously it's a much smaller aircraft than the Concorde. It's basically a supersonic private jet is what it would be. It's certainly not the sort of project on the scale of Concorde in terms of carrying any more than, well, I'm not sure how many passengers it is slated to carry, but obviously it's a private consortium, so it is something that relies quite heavily on the on investors and shareholders and so on and so forth. So when that sort of thing's involved, it can obviously slow the process down. But yeah, great. I mean, if it happens, it happens. Wouldn't it be great to see that? Certainly uses conventional airfield techniques in terms of it's not sort of like launch pad aircraft or anything like that. It's just all about money, all about finances. Tom Franklin, how long do tyres last on the airliners? Tim Franklin. Good point, that, and a question that's quite often raised on Big Jet TV. The answer to that is there is no specific time. It is much like your car tyres. Obviously, an aircraft tyre has a very strong compound, not a soft compound, so therefore it's obviously built for longevity. The pressures are such that they're tested regularly, which unlike us, sometimes we forget to do our tyres for sort of like a month on end, and we get there and a few psi down, or if you're running them too high, you can obviously increase or decrease the longevity of the tyre. But in terms of, they get quite a lot of pounding, obviously, but they're quick to rotate. The tyre smoke that you see is obviously exaggerated because you've got so many tyres that are hitting the ground all at once that you get that big puff of smoke. But obviously the inspection by the captain or the first officer or whoever it might be that does the walk around of the aircraft will obviously take the undercarriage into consideration when they're doing the walk around. If they see any particular flat spots or odd wear, big chunks, maybe it's chunking and stuff like that you've got to watch for with tyres. As soon as they start to chunk, which means parts of the tread start to come off of the tyre, then it's time to change the tyre. Or you get big flat spot. I've seen many flat spots on aircraft tyres. You're not going to get the same sort of like 50p type issue as you do with a heavy lockup into turn 4 at Hungary or something like that with Formula 1 cars or race cars. It's much less substantial for the flat spots. So it really does depend on how often what type of aircraft it is, how big it is in terms of how much mileage it does. The tyres will be changed as and when they need to be changed, and that also means that you might just get one tyre changed on an aircraft on when it's AOG, aircraft on ground. Unlike a car where you normally get like either your fronts or your backs changed. You never very rare. If you're sensible about your tyres, you'll always get the front's done or the back's done or all 4 done. It's kind of crazy to get one done because that will the other ones will wear out. The other side will wear out sooner, and then you'll have to change that one anyway. But in terms of aircraft tyres, it's a different kind of scenario. But anyway, I hope that answers it for you. I hope I didn't waffle on there a bit, which I did. I think I did, because the comments are like millions of miles away. Say bad. Is rare instead of Al saying 6Y. Is rare. We've caught that a few times. Is it their little 320? Dreamer inbound, Colin Bowman telling me, yeah, got him, my friend. I'm also scanning the skies just in case we get any cruises up top. Royal Brunei Airlines soon. Yeah, the RJ, not RJ, Royal Brunei. Oh, is this the Brunei now? Yeah, correct him, Howard. It is nitrogen that fills the tyres. I think that's something to do with it being a less volatile product than air. I think air can explode a lot easier than nitrogen or something like that. I don't know. Steve, 1972, good afternoon. Peugeot Dude and Son. Lynn Roberts. Peugeot Dude and Son got an issue with their email, GP. Peugeot Dude and Son on YouTube got a problem with their sending a YouTube. Okay, info at bigjet.tv, not info at bigjettv.co.uk or something. Yeah, info at bigjet.tv. Our email's working absolutely fine. Maybe a problem your end. No, this isn't Royal. Is this Royal Brunei? This is Virgin, isn't it? Yeah. I think Royal Brunei is still a little ways out, isn't he? Okay. Oh, I've got him, yeah. Trent 1000 engines on the Dreamliner with this, with the Virgin Atlantic. All fixed now, I think. Wow. It's pretty dramatic when you see all that. See, look, there's that. Remember yesterday when that triple was being towed out? What was being towed over there? Here he comes again. I think there's 321 going out. Fionn Edwards, thank you. Rob Solaro. Cathay Pacific 7478 freighter, amazing. London Heathrow, Charles de Gaulle on. Is that Mumbai? Hong Kong. Yeah, Cathay Pacific 748. That's the. I think that's the 747-400. Not wanting to correct you, Claire, but even so. Due out 6:50. So another 50 minutes. Mel Calaby, good afternoon to you, Mel. Oh, there we go. Undercover grower. A tyre filled with nitrogen weighs less than the same tyre filled with air. There we go. It's a weight thing. Thank you for that. You see, you guys know your stuff, man. So nitrogen weighs less than air. So there we go. I wonder what the tyre saving. It's about 200 psi in the average tyre. So it is interesting to think how much 200 psi weighs of nitrogen versus air. Let's do that calculation. Ready? Go. You've got mail. You've got 550 answers. Okay. Oh my good God, should I read it now or what? Okay. Some great emails and messages coming from you guys. Honestly, man, honestly, you guys just rule. I'm sorry that I don't get to answer each one of them individually, but I do, trust me, I do flick through them. Still looking for your best bits of, obviously, not right now because we're not even halfway through July, so at the end of the month we're going to need you guys to write in on email just to tell us what were your best bits, from which show and what date. That's really important that you do that because obviously on the night when we're sitting down and talking about it, we want to make sure that we've got enough time to we've got as much information as we can get in order to find the specific parts that you're looking for. And 777-200. Now I'll tell you what, This guy is going to go around because that guy is not stopping. Is he stopping? Let me keep him in shot. He needs to stop, that geezer in that on that 777. He needs to stop. He needs to stop. It's going to be a go around, guaranteed, 100%. Here we go. Got to say, that's an error by the tower, surely, man. For not telling the driver of that 777 to stop at the entry point. He was lovely day. Oh, here we go. So it's not his fault specifically. He would have been blind to that. The driver, he's reliant completely on the ground control to Major Tom at London Heathrow. So that's quite interesting. He just carried on rolling, boy. You keep on rolling that 777 across the runway there. Hey. Could get a little Wookiee howl from this guy as he goes past. And some. Okay. Where was he riding? Down the local tip? Oh, there you go, ladies and gents. Make your own mind up. There's the new and old livery of Aer Lingus. It does make the old one look retro, doesn't it? Oh, nice, nice. We'll keep an eye on her. Alan Maskell, yes, I saw the Follow Me vehicle as well. He should have been really... because he was way ahead of the guy as well. Bonjour maman, bonjour papa. C'est l'avion dans la maison. Le pépé bleu. Les plus rouges. Bleu. Do what? It's cleaner, it's just fresh. It's fresh, isn't it? It is fresh. It's modernised, you know, it's fresh. The old one now looks quite retro. Kerry Fino saying 50-50, 50-50. You can see Cathay Pacific pushing back in the background there, folks. Looks like I've got a 777. Got a big jet to my north approaching, GP. Hello, hello. Yes. ABC 747. Interesting to see Katie. She's on LinkedIn. She's a spotter and filmer out there in at Boeing Field, at Payne Field. She got a shot of cargo, not cargo, but Volga Dnepr's 777. I heard that they were struggling to take that on, but got some great shots of the airfield. Airliners use nitrogen, we've just explained it, because it weighs less than air. Oh yeah. Okay, I should be able to get a good shot of the ABC Doo-be-doo. $747. Jane Alder, thank you. Christopher Josh Noel Calise. Hopefully we will be back at work soon. Okay, maybe furlonged aircrew. Furloughed. And they're off every time, you know. Steve Evans, Stephen Evans saying, "Love the program. It's better than mainstream TV." Brilliant, you know. You gotta love it, man. Well, that's what it's all about. It's entertainment, isn't it? Right, let's just have a look at this ABC 747. Hot damn diggity dog. Let's pick him up. There she comes now. Just emerging through clouds, like. Come on, son. Come on, pick it up, mate. There it is, there it is. Nicely through the clouds there, mate. I'll get another bite at him in a minute. Little lufty Neo. There's a pigeon corpse up here on the. Yeah, it's a shame, man. He's obviously got picked off by a buzzard or something like that, or some kind of bird of prey, because he's got a ring on him as well, which signifies that he's a homing pigeon. Poor fella. Quite hazy up there. A lot of cirrus. Not going to get a great look at her. So CF6 power on this 747-400 freighter, folks. Claire Colville, Qatar 777 on stand 301. She's going up just after the Cathay. Stand 301. Now, that's interesting that Claire seems to know that. That's, especially what stand it is. So, is that? Oh, right, okay. And you can hear that Qatar starting up now. Claire, thank you very much indeed for that info. From whence it came. Here we go, Aqualine's in the house. Or Aqualine, sorry. I should say Aqualine. Freight company busting their balls at the moment, folks. Flying freight around the world. Specialist freight company managed to hook up with the with Roman, the main man at Aqualine, and one day, when we can, we are going to be flying on board that aircraft with those guys at Aqualine and doing some live stuff with you guys at a freight terminal. It's amazing, isn't it? It goes one way or the other, you know. Aqualine picking up ex-Cathay. Well, I think it was ex-Cathay. I think the last operator looked like Cathay's colours, but I don't think it is actually Cathay. I think it was Cargo Lux actually, the last people that operated it, possibly. But maybe as a charter aircraft, I'm not sure. Ian Shake Shop could be one of the Queen's pigeons. My pigeon and I. God, he's greased that, hasn't he, eh? Oh, there's your eating chicken dinner right now is rare. That's you what? Yeah. Yes, he has. He has. We were talking about that he was. So there's your early turn on there, folks. He's not going full length. Now I'd imagine he's light enough because he normally is light. So there's a good shot right now. He is definitely going to hold position as he is there, because we have an inbound, and this may well be the Royal Brunei again. In fact, it is the Royal Brunei, so he wouldn't want to go round again, would he? Hey, Butler. All right, Simpson. Ian Meadows, who is rare. Low-cost airline in Israel, I believe. Claire Colville, I have my sources. Big winky face. Here comes the RB. Yep, he's going out intersect. Mind you, it's only, like I said yesterday, it's only like 150 yards from full length to that point, I think. So that could go up in just to teach what? She's going to bank, isn't she? I bet she's going to bank. She'll bank left, I'd imagine, if she's CDG bound. It comes that beautiful bank. No turn like it in aviation. Say that then. Or should I say no picture like it. Which is why we used it on our logo. Obviously coming the other way. But then again, if you imagine that that's coming towards you, it's a sort of like optical illusion, isn't it? On WKL, do 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 on do 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 do. Oh, Colin Bonham, A350 1000 from Tel Aviv. Not this one, my friend. But most definitely, probably. Oh, that'll be the BA 351K, won't it? In from Tel Aviv, I'd imagine. I'm doing a lot of Tel Aviv trips. That 350 1000 man's put on a lot of hours, a lot of mileage. Jackie B arrived just in time to catch it. Sam's Aviation, thank you, my friend. What did you buy, mate? Lynn Roberts, to Bash Mode, Ed Fernandez, Anthony Bamber, John Smart, Jay, fantastic departure. Andrew McKelvey, sorry. First time back at Myrtle since the lockdown for me today. Very eerie how quiet everywhere is. First thing I saw was 2 US Hercs overhead, heading south from Mildenhall, my local. Wow, how about that? Comes all the way down here and sees a couple of aircraft from his local. Wow, at Mildenhall. Great place, Mildenhall, man. And John's Field, man, John's Field. Again, very, very warm welcome from everybody up there, as always happens. Yeah, great to meet up with another Colin up there. Met a lot of Collins recently. So much so that I rang the wrong one the other day. I'm talking to him for about 5 minutes. He's like, oh yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, oh no, that's great. Yeah, yeah. What do you want me to do about it? I'm like, oh, I'm speaking to the wrong Colin, aren't I? Anyway, there you go. 777. Good job he got going as quick as he did. Because that 350 is pretty close up. Not a massive spacing on this one. Pardon me. Look how long the wing is. Look how big the engines are. Just look at it. Beautiful. So don't forget, 3 days at, well, 2.5 days at Toulouse. In fact, I think, to be honest with you, by the time the whole thing is streamed, you'll probably find we've done two full days at Toulouse, because we're going to do, what is it, the Wednesday afternoon, all day Thursday, and then Friday morning before the flight departs. So we will... But like I say, the interesting thing is it's obviously business as usual, as much as it can be, down there at the Airbus assembly plant in Toulouse. And of course, we'll be catching all the action as much as we can, seeing aircraft like these being towed around the airport, A350s, A330s, the Beluga. I think the fourth or fifth Beluga, one of the two, is it the fourth one? Has just been put on stream, is actually operational now. No, the fourth. Is it XL3? Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, no, you might be right actually. Oh, I don't know. Prove the what? There we go. Oh, performs first flight. Okay, so we'll more than likely see her doing manoeuvres then down there, I'd imagine. Recently, because I saw a LinkedIn post about it a couple of days ago. Is that it there? Is that Ben Brown's, did he say friend or? Okay, he's senior first officer. Gibraltar, let's just have a look. Oh, north of me or? Okay. Heading east. He's in the hold, is he? Wow. Yeah, well, I will. No, I can't from here. No, not with the naked eye. Tell you what we have got. I don't know what that was. Don't know what that was all the way over there. What was that? Is it? Oh, what's that there? What's that there? Hold on. What's that there? FedEx MD-11. Going to grab this 330 and then we'll jump back to that MD-11. Is this Swiss again? Oh no, China Eastern, sorry. Nice. Unmistakable long note. Wow, noisy. Listen to that. It's still quite cirrusy up there, so it's going to be hard to find him. There it is there. Who's that? Michelle Taylor, good luck for tomorrow, Michelle. Oh, Mike in the way. Sorry about that. Wow, there she is, man. The big long nose of the MD-11. Or the DC-10 even. The same design. With WKLD. Wow, got a bit of a stack on our hands here. Come on back there, boy, we got a stack on our hands. 10-4 there, big boy. Come, boy. Possibly in from Mumbai, without looking. Yeah. Nice. Still travelling though. Giving it some power on the reverses. Biman Bangladesh 787 Dreamliner coming out. So anybody who would have watched recently the Farnborough Air Show display that we put together, that's available to watch on Big Jet TV, would have seen the Biman Bangladesh 787 on its display at Farnborough Air Show. Now whether this is the one, I don't know. It's not. Okay. Okay. After Farnborough. Operating to Silet Osmani. I hope I pronounced that right. That's pretty crazy. Never. Kevin Horton's loving the little Panasonic camcorder. Yeah, man. It does everything it needs to do, even at 38,000 feet, folks. And you won't get that with a £20,000 big broadcast camera. It's no point showing off and getting a big camera if you can't deliver the goods, if you knows what us means. So sometimes small is better. Oh, misses. Eva Air 777 inbound, Harrison Fensham, thank you. The Stearman was the most fun. One thing I will say about the F1 today, and this isn't a spoiler, but the air display before it, Red Bull, as they always do, brought in their display team. And what was interesting, I think it was the Mitchell Bomber and a DC-7. But wow, what about the Corsair, eh? What about the Corsair? In authentic US Navy colours as well. Beautiful example of the Corsair. Probably a load of them flying in America, because obviously in the boneyards of America there's still a lot of military, Second World War military aircraft, including you know, B-17s, B-29s. Yeah, this guy, the display pilot for Biman, or whether it was a Boeing display pilot, I don't know. More than likely was Boeing, I'd imagine. Threw that thing around the sky very, very graciously, I have to say. Great looking livery. It's a bit like Lucky Strike. You remember the old Siggy advertising on the Formula One cars? On the bikes, wasn't it? On the super bikes. Lucky Strike oily rags. Got a phone, mate? Yeah, alright then, son. Yeah. You got a light? Yeah, cheers. Thanks. Zoom out a little bit, get a little bit more of a idea of speed. Rotating around about 160 knots, I think. Depending on the conditions, of course. All pre-set into the computer. Flight management, the FMC flight management computer. I'm sorry, Michael. I cannot take off at that speed. You're gonna have to input a higher speed. Thank you, Michael. Shut up, Meg. He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy. Follow the cord. The shoe, the shoe. Look, I'm not the Messiah, really. Anyway, there we are. I was silk. Oh my God! Here we go with all the old oily rags. Rich from Sheffield. Tony Squires. AA747, American Airlines 747. Are we talking about aircraft in boneyards here, possibly, that I've missed? Oh. Good. Chris Bottin. Moira. Philo has sent 50 stars, thank you. Doug Foley, how? Yeah. I'm sorry, Michael. Best film ever. Nacia Scott, don't talk about Bitcoin on air, please. We're not interested in that. I've been approached by too many people about Bitcoin. We don't want to be sort of like confusing people on here about how it works, how it operates, and all that sort of thing. There's probably spam in it. So do one, son, do one. Oh, okay. Bleeding Bitcoin. If it was that good, it would have taken off years ago, wouldn't it? So that was probably one of the last remaining CEOs to come out of Airbus's plant down in Toulouse. Yay! There's your thermal that we've talked about many times before, where he's attempted to put it down on the ground. First attempt, should I say. Gone for the flare, and the aircraft just sort of like caught a thermal underneath the wing. Bit of pressure has popped him back up in the air. Hooray! Okay, Tony Squires has said it again. American Airlines 747. What are we talking about here, Tony? Craig Gray. Thank you very much indeed. Andrew Austin. The lockdown got to me many months ago. Here we go. Let's just have a look at this. See what we can grab out of this with a little tiny £450 camcorder, which you couldn't do with a Sony Big Jobby. What's that then? Who's that? Who's that? Bite him. See him off. Wow, UPS 767 ghost ship. UPS actually have just recently taken delivery of a brand new 767 freighter, purpose built, custom built by Boeing themselves. Again, another thing that we want to get out there to see, but we can't do anything at the moment. We just can't go to America. Can't go. Eva Air 777 inbound over Essex, 10 minutes at Brian Stubbles. Thank you. Darren Golding's ordered one from Curry's yesterday for delivery tomorrow. What's that? VX1 by any chance? Wow, fair play, mate. Oh, happy birthday for tomorrow, Darren Golding. He's bought himself a birthday present. Way to go, mate. Way to go. Hey, how you doing? So this is the new livery, you see, for Air Italia. For Alitalia. Yes, the good thing is that the VX1 out of the box is just a phenomenal camera. All you want to do, mate, is just make sure that you turn up the digital zoom to maximum. So all you need to do, and stick it on auto. Forget everything else. The proprietary mic, the mic on the camera works perfectly. You don't need to do any funky stuff like what I do with the microphone and external mic. I mean, I run the picture that you're seeing now is from the micro HDMI slot that you'll see on the left hand side as you pull the screen out. Yeah, remarkable little thing, to be honest with you. Great value for money. Super smashing rare. Ian Cummings saying, listen to this. The last flight to land on 27 left will be BA 2717 G Neox coming back from Malaga at 2250. Wow. Neox, that's a 321, isn't it? Haven't we flown on Neox? I see people. We're now lad. Sorry. Been trudging up that hill with a loaf of bread. Get halfway up, remember that you've left the bacon in the shop. Andy Aker flew Eva Air a few years ago on a 747 combi out of Heathrow. Wow, what a memory! What a thing to have achieved! Fantastic. Jane Hocking, have you tried that? I'm not a Weatherspoon fan, to be honest with you. Was amazed last night when I was going home. Of course, being a Saturday night, Staines was just like Ramo with all the usual folks going out and having a drink. But what was amazing was the queue outside Weatherspoons. I know, man, I know. You got a 2-hour maximum in there, haven't you? If you've got 2 hours, sit down, have a beer. You got 2 hours, then you got to get out. You know, it's insane. It's crazy. But what was even more funny was there was a group of people, you know, the typical, like, you know, 3 girls, which, well, it could be 3 lads or whatever, but scrabbling around trying to find their face masks because the taxi driver was refusing them in their cab without wearing face masks. So, like it or lump it, in some instances you have to wear them, because if you want to get a taxi ride, you got to wear a face mask. So, you know, hey, wait a cut and pick a minute. It's a 757. That there is a 757. I thought they toned that old 300 round quick. I just wasn't looking. I wasn't paying a great deal of attention on the monitor. I was just following it up, but now I just saw it side on. Oh, lovely old 757 there, ladies and gents. Look at that. You've probably been saying, it's a 757, Jerry! Jerry, look! Ian Shakeshaw saying, I'd like to see Jerry push his bike up that hill. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll have to, because I've got an e-bike. Anthony Bamber, last 757 flight, Manchester-Barcelona Jet 2. This should go up quick. Literally, Carl the astronomer would be proud of this. Watch the climb rate of this aircraft. Get it. Whee! Look at that, man. Look at that. Look. It's like a bleeding air display. Oh my goodness me, look at that. Look on your radars, folks, and look at the climb rate of it. When's he going to level out? 4,200 feet per minute. Wow, man, and there's a level out coming up now. Yes, mate. That is crazy. Still going. Still climbing. Wow, still climbing and turning. That's a proper freight dog departure. Still hear him as well, man. Still hear him rumbling away. Right, here we go. The Wookiee, ladies and gentlemen. The Airbus Canada, I have to say, to be precise. Airbus Canada A220. All right. With a big dirty old 777 behind it. So looking forward to getting out to Zurich, do something with Helvetic and their E2 E-Jet. The Embraer. Embraer's basically Embraer's variant of the modernised A220 or even A320 Neo, to sort of like work within that sort of like category, so to speak, of short range single aisle aircraft. Iberia 350 taxiing out. Wow. Blimey, the old it's one of the believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, Dublin is the most popular route out of London Heathrow. That's why you see so many Iberia, and that's because they've got a border there. So a lot of people transit from the US into Ireland and then come from Ireland to here, or go vice versa, like we did when we went out to New York. Flew here to Dublin on the 320 and then flew from Dublin on the 330. Great flight, very comfortable, great people. Unfortunately, not so great in terms of the storyline around the baggage. But that's just one of those things, because it was the aircraft was late coming in from Heathrow. Therefore, the New York flight, they'd obviously told them that both myself and I think it was a group of 5 other people had missed the flight. Therefore, they've taken the luggage off, and then we've managed to catch the flight. So they didn't put the luggage on. They probably thought, oh, it's all right, we'll send it over. But massive breakdown in communications, which resulted in me waiting 2 days and having to wear the same underpants for 3 days. But it was all very nice. It was all very nice indeed. There's your lovely Iberia 350. Look at her against Concorde, ladies and gents. Look at that. Just look at the scale difference. Of course, Concorde never slated to be a sort of like large passenger jet in any way. Intercontinental, supersonic jet for the rich and famous, don't you know? Gorgeous. Oh, but it was gorgeous. Look inside the engine, look at it. Flexi Wing. Introducing Flexi Wing from KTEL. Little Star Alliance, whose is that then? Is that Lufthansa or someone? Oh, TAP Star Alliance 320 Neo. Look at that. It's nice, isn't it? Or is it 319? I can't see how many doors it's a 320, isn't it? Yeah, that's right, yeah. It's nice, isn't it? Look at that cockpit there, look, compared to that Concorde. Beautiful design of the 350, so cutting edge. And it is a bit of a not a coincidence, but it's a good thing for Airbus that the Bombardier designers sort of copied the A350 front end slightly. Well, in fact, more or less the whole aircraft. The A220 looks very much like a scaled down version of the 350, except for the winglets. It'd be great if they put those beautiful sculpted winglets as opposed to the squared off fence style winglets. But they are blended, slightly blended, those A220 winglets. All right. Gavin card, thank you. Eva Air 777, new livery, I think. Here she comes, folks. Oh, easy, son. Hey! What happened there? Flipping heck. Yeah! Got caught by some kind of wind shear. In which case it's just too late, isn't it? Flipping heck, man. Kicked him left big time, man. Did you see it? Did you see it, mother? Did you see it? No, well there isn't. No, but you get thermals, you see. When there's no wind, with the heat rising from the ground, you sometimes get thermals, especially on the airfield, because you've got winds on airfields, because it's an open area, isn't it? All round here you've got buildings to sort of like, you know, to deflect the wind, but on an open airfield, even the slightest breeze can accumulate thermal activity. And if you see the direction of the windsock, that means that the wind, the hot air is sort of like blowing in off of those buildings there. So, you know, it might be doing that. I don't really know. I'm not a flipping weatherman. Now watch this thing. It might smoke, folks. Tyre smoke from that Eva S still lingering on the runway, man. That shows how little wind there is. Thinking about doing something special next Thursday, folks. Throwback Thursday. I know it's quite a commonly used hashtag and all that sort of thing, but stay tuned next week. It will be from home. It'll be from you know, a video from home. Left turn, Clyde. Solaris went on Iberia A340 to Mexico. That would have been a 346, wouldn't it? Wow, lucky you, man. No way, man. Wow, that's nuts. So tune in next Thursday, folks, or if you've got the app, watch out for a. Of course, before that, we've got Wednesday to come on Big Jet TV, which is going to be a great day, a super great day on Big Jet TV on Wednesday, I mean, because we've got. Stop talking in a flipping northern accent, mate. Sorry about we're going to be welcoming the Emirates A380, ladies and gentlemen, as well as another retirement flight with Virgin Atlantic. This time, Stuart and his mate are going to be bringing the 747 down to Heathrow and positioning it here. Now, the difference in this week's retirement flight will be that she's going to St Athan as opposed to Spain. So it's likely that this aircraft was possibly one that was owned outright by Virgin. I'm speculating here, folks. I'm not. I don't know for sure, but you know, one would imagine. I think a number of those aircraft, there's only one that they don't own, which is going back to the leaseor, I think. I might be right in saying. But this one that's coming out, going out next Wednesday from Manchester, is one of the aircraft that they owned outright, I think. And she's going to St Athan, and this one is going to be just scrapped, folks. I mean, even as I've spoken with the fella who owns that place, and it's like, how can you? You'd have to. When they start, you know, it'd be like somebody working in a slaughterhouse, wouldn't it? They'd have to have no heart at all when they start smashing those things up, man. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God. Down the boozer layer. Yeah. What'd you do today then, John? I smashed up a 747, didn't I? Great it was. Smashing it up, bits flying everywhere. It's like, oh, mate. Got me digger with me big claw. But don't you feel a little bit sad about it? Nah, mate, nah, it's all scrap, innit? It's only a bleeding plane. Oh, all right, okay. Would you like another glass of wine? Yeah, go on then, son. I'll have a Chablis if that's all right. James Stevens saying that speaking of throwbacks, he really enjoyed the Dublin video, which was from February last year. Well, folks, we're going to be doing best bits starting this month, which is basically a get-together of all of us. We go live, like we have done, you know, with the quiz before. We basically all sit down together or stand up, whatever you want to do, whatever your preference is, and we all get together in a little rowing boat, and have an evening of best bits on Big Jet TV. What were your favourite parts of the month? I'm trying to grab that little bit. But when you send in your requests, folks, you must say which show it was and what date it was, and what part of that show. Like, for instance, when they used the arrestor cable last week at Lakenheath, that kind of thing, or a specific part of a specific show. And then Throwback Thursday, we're going to be looking at, because something that you guys have got to see, because there's going to be a big load of you folks who've become members on Big Jet TV. There's the thermal. That's the thermal again, look. Wow. Isn't it amazing the amount of folks who've joined Big Jet TV who would never has seen Heathrow in its busy periods live, if you know what I mean. So we're going to give you, you know what I mean? At least 500, 600, 700 people, maybe even 1,000 people have joined after the lockdown or during or after, you know, who haven't seen Heathrow at its best, max capacity. And it is absolutely insane. And we'll be sort of like going back to those days on Throwback Thursday on Big Jet TV. We might call it something else, but for now, we'll just call it Throwback, because Flyback Thursday. Yes. We've got a new member, Wendy White. Welcome, Wendy. This one could go up quick as well, folks. Flushback Thursday. Oh. Get your toilets cleaned on Thursdays. Aviation. Wow, he's gone up really fast as well, and steep. I don't think as steep as the 7.5. Leveling out. He's already leveled out, look. See, that was a greaser, and yet there's still quite a lot of tyre smoke. Pushback Thursday for all pregnant mums. No. Switchback Thursday. Hold tight, hold tight. Fly down Thursdays. Okay. We're getting the exit. We're getting the throttle back Thursday. Yes, yes. Or we could just use the rewind, as we've done in the past, which we've already got the rewind intro title for, haven't we? Tia Golvin, flipping Eck Thursday. God blimey O'Reilly Thursday. Leave it out Thursday. Oh, here we go. JF Bryson. What is more efficient then? Slow ascent with less fuel but longer time, or give it the lot and get there quickly and level off? Yeah, well, I guess it's going to be based on weight of the aircraft, takeoff weight, isn't it? If it's light, then you can kind of give it full beans and just get yourself up into that thin air. The quicker you're into thin air, the less fuel burn whilst you're at that higher altitude. Whereas a long, steady climb out with a full aircraft is going to burn more fuel, I would have thought. Would I be right in saying that, JF Bryson? What day's the 16th, Jenny? Okay, well, Bulldog's saying we're already here, Bulldog. Most definitely. Apparently, Red Arrow's doing a display, a test display, not an official one for any specific purpose, but doing yeah. Oh, he's a bit off target, this one. On Thursday. So let's get ourselves up to Coningsby, because Cranwell's just around the corner, isn't it? Yeah, it's just around the corner. It's one of the satellite bases, I think, in the World War II. What? Mind you, I don't know actually. I think Cranwell. Wasn't Cranwell one of the sort of like training, one of the RAF training stations or something like that? Back in the war. No, sit it down, son. Sit it down. It's not far from Coningsby, is it? Just up the road. Okay, so that's got to be worth doing then, isn't it? Hey, on Thursday? Come on, son, where are you? Red arrows display there around about 2. Oh, are they? Oh, okay. Well, then that's definitely happening then, isn't it? Oh, but then that's Thursday, isn't it? We can do it on the way back. Audio check. Check, check. 1 2 1 2. Humming. Oh, okay. Someone's got very sensitive ears, but I have got the cooling fan running. Let me just see what happens when I turn this off. Okay, tell me if it carries on. Oh, for God's sake. It was that noticeable then, was it? Flipping heck, man. I always have that cooler fan running, man. Yeah. I always have that cooler fan running. I've got to run a cooler fan on the Bond. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is nothing worse than a humming. We had that one, you know, the electronic hum. Do you remember that one at Schiphol? Which we weren't aware of. No, man, no. No, it can't be the aircon. I can't hear the aircon. I've just put it back on. I've just put the fan back on. Is it? Oh my God. Okay, no, that's fine, man. That's fine. I mean, I can. Yeah, but there is nothing worse than if you know, when you know it's there, it's like, you know, then it gets worse, you know, psychologically. So just let me catch this. No, you know what it is. I'll tell you what it is. It's the fan body. Yeah, there's a little cooling fan. Yeah, and I've got it inside the Bond bag. It's lying on top of the Bond. Yeah, so it's cooling the Bond. That's essential. We need that. However, the Bond is on the legs. And the legs are attached to the obviously the mic clamp is attached to the legs, so the vibration of the humming of the fan is seeping through the body. Like if I take this off of here, it'll go. Look, listen now. Yeah, no. Now let me put it back. Now let me put it back. I'll put it back there. I'll put it back now. You can't notice it. You're obviously not. Yeah, I know, man. It's not like we're in a silent room with no audio going, no background noise, and yeah. So this guy will make a right-hand turn, I think. Well, if you've got earphones on and you can't hear a hum, then there can't be a hum. I mean, it's no problem. It's easy for me to take the mic off and rig it up to the so that it's not on the sticks. But I always have it on the sticks. But the thing is that I'm not always using that cooling fan. It's just that today, because it's so hot, you need to cool the equipment. But what I can do is no. Right, let me just do something here. I'm just going to experiment with something. Mix a bit of this, mix a bit of that. No. Why isn't that? Right. Okay. So I've got the proprietary fan running now. Say it back, Ed. I've got the proprietary fan running now. So. What about the person who brought it up in the first place? Why don't we get their flipping opinion? Because that's the one we would. That could be your speakers on your Mac, man. Oh, here we go. Big Jet TV, get tinnitus with Big Jet TV. A low form of tinnitus. Yeah, back to the red arrows, for crying out loud. Wednesday we're down here for Bish Bosh Bash. And then Thursday morning, early doors, up early doors. Head to, I think it's around about midday, so we can get the early morning Coningsby movements. And then head to Cranwell. Smallest on the right, tallest on the left. Jackie B. Okay, fair play. Jackie B's just got the... She's fine. Steve, Tinnitus Thursday. You hum it, I'll sing it. Was born under a wandering star. Was born under a wandering star. All together now. Was born under a Oh, what a stupid lot we are. It's good fun though, isn't it? Hey. Rob Solero, well, I've seen a 747 take off, so I can leave you happy. Thank you, and bye! But make sure you come back on Wednesday, Rob, because you see one landing. Charchy Thursday. Lee Marvin. Hank Marvin, more like. Little Eurowings on the push. What's the weather looking like up there on Wednesday? I think it's pretty good, isn't it, Jilly? Don't forget, Military Planes TV t-shirts are now available on the shop, folks. On the show, on the shop. Big Jet, that chap. Hit it. Someone sent in a video, I don't know who it was, the other day, of their kid. It was their birthday, and they wanted a t-shirt, Military Planes t-shirt, the plain one. Mel Singleton's daughter wanted, Lucy wanted a Military Planes TV t-shirt, and she got her one, and filmed her opening it as a surprise, and that must have been fantastic, man. Absolutely brilliant, man. Delighted. What's this? Oh, that's the little Euro wings, isn't it? Oh no, Euro wings is. Oh no, that is a Neo. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Yeah, there we go. Jerry, are you staying to see the Neo-Wise Comet tonight? Eggbur21 asking. Neo-Wise Comet? Is there a comet overflying London Heathrow or something? No. I mean, obviously billions of miles away or millions of miles away. Well, I mean, the VX1's good, but it ain't that good. Dan Quintin, good afternoon, good evening. Back on night shift, so this is helping. Thanks, Jerry and Jilly. Dan Quintin, great to have you here. It's got a little bit of a Pratt & Whitney PW, I think it's a 1100 Gs that they use on the Lufthansa 320 Neos. Had so many issues with those engined aircraft, new from Airbus, that they had to have all the engines worked on, and whilst they did that, they had to lease CEOs. Just before dawn. Okay. Oh, that's from Carl, is it? Curly string. But not visible just before dawn wherever you are in the world. It's only in certain. Oh, in the UK, is it? It'll be just before the UK. Oh, just before dawn. Oh, okay. Well, that dawn is like about 3 a.m. in it, like 4 a.m. So sun up. Well, not sunrise, so to speak. I think sunrise is about 5, but the light starts at around about 4. So you'd have to be up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I believe. Oh, Lisa had a look at 3:30 a.m. this morning. Is that about the right light? I'd imagine. Keith Cornell's TC looking for Magnum, innit? Yeah. It was the same sort of helicopter that they used in Magnum, wasn't it? Magnum PI. Carbolic? Terry Slater, Carbolic 747. Does he possibly mean cargo logic? Is it got some kind of medical condition heading towards you? JFK to Luxembourg. It's got a jumbo with a big lump on its wing. Carbolic. Oh well, yeah, it'll be there. Well, I'm having a look for it anyway. JFK. So he's coming from the west. We'll check for vapor trail. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Cargolux. Wow, look how far that Eurowings has gone down to Runway. Might be. That was it. Cargo Logic over Portsmouth. Thanks, Carl. The darkest hour is just before dawn. There we go. Anthony Bamber. Last time he saw a comet was when he was sitting on Dan Air. Brilliant! Wow. Oh, what an achievement! What a thing to have blown on the Dan Air comet. My goodness me. Yeah, Dan Quintin, it's something that just doesn't happen because it's such a... I can never organise something like that because it's too much of a logistical nightmare in terms of organising everybody, and you know, everybody's got their own lives and live miles and miles away and have different work scenarios and all that sort of thing. So it's more a case of when anybody is around the area and I happen to be filming, come say hello, grab a sticker off me, even a fridge magnet if I've got a spare one on me. But in terms of getting a whole load of people together, it's just a bit of a logistical no-no, really. Yeah, it's Cargo Logic, isn't it? I think it might be the ex-Cargo Logic jet. Is it C-Lab? No. Oh, it's Cargo Lux, right, okay, it's Cargo Lux, okay. Oh, that's right, yeah, they all have no. Yeah, but one was sold to Cargo Lux, and one went back to Cargo Logic, to... Yes, we did. Still had the... Yes. Yeah. Wind's picked up. Probably would have noticed that on the mic, I'd imagine. You can see the sock is sort of horizontal, got a bit of a crosswind. Well, it's sort of like a 45-degree angled crosswind, so to speak. Interesting to see the that Dreamliner's live light on. I think she might be just about to be looks like she's hooked up to one of the tugs, so she might be going out to be actively involved in flying. Katrina Radway's just got back from Kemble. Wow. Another famous scrapyard here in the UK. Let's fly away. There's a 4-door inbound from Joburg. Wow. Thank you, my friend. 4-door, we call it 777-200 as opposed to the 5-door 777-300 variant. Virgin Atlantic is on the runway. Gold Dalek Comic Dixons. Daniel, 200 stars coming from Daniel Jakubowski. Thank you, Daniel. Louis Silva, tuning in from Portugal. Thank you. Ross Kennedy, thanks for the unplanned Sunday show. Appreciated it all as always. Sending 50 stars. Thank you very much indeed, Ross Kennedy. Russ CT. Wow, really? Amul Ula, thank you very much indeed. Ali Leyland. Got you and the wind coming through crystal clear. There we go. It shouldn't be too bad because I've got a very, very good quality wind blocker on the mic. Sam's Aviation got the 777 jumper from the store. A jumper, okay. Adrian Anderson, not a daft question, my friend. How do they change the wheels on a plane? To be perfectly honest with you, the simplest way to explain that is exactly the same way as they change them on a car. They will jack the aircraft up like they'll jack the car up. The only difference being, of course, is that they've got a lot more wheel nuts and it's a bit more complex. But in general, exactly the same way as they will change the wheels on a car, Adrian. So not a daft question. If you've got any questions, folks, about aviation, about technical stuff, I'm not saying that I will know even half of it because I don't know. I've learnt so much from everybody on here as well. So, but in general, I do know things like that. You know, in terms of changing the wheels on a plane. In fact, chances are you probably, Adrian, thought. I'd imagine that is how they do it, but just wanted to make sure that I'm right in thinking so. But yeah, so there we go. RAF Kemble used to be the home of the Red Arrows when they flew Folland Gnats all of those years ago. Steve Russell saying, wow. John Shops, jack it up, change it. No Brandon Baker, no show tomorrow. No show today, they just gone away. I said it, did it, did it. Sam Beck, back at EMA. As soon as possible, Sam, to be honest with you. As soon as I know that there is a decent movement coming in there. And of course, we've got a new contact up there in the way of JMO. And James will hopefully will get a... It's only an hour and a half's drive for me, so if we hear, for example, that IL-76 or an AN-124 is coming in, we'll get ourselves up there to film it. To be honest with you, airside is a good thing, don't get me wrong, but it is great when you're at the other side of the airfield, when you're outside the fence, you're not under so much stress in terms of feeling eyes burning holes in back of necks and things when you're filming, because you're always worried that the guys that are escorting you are sort of like thinking, come on mate, hurry up, don't you want to finish filming yet? Come on, I want to go home, It's like, and of course I don't. I want to stay there filming it all night and all day. Use a big jack. Jerry gave a shout out to one the other day, Jamie Bottomley. Miles high. Yeah, it's not going to be like. It's using big torque wrenches and stuff like that. It's not going to be like a Formula One pit stop. Oh, Adrian, is it the airline that changes the wheels? Yes, Adrian. In general, it will be the airline, like British Airways here or Virgin Atlantic. If, for example, Japan Airlines came in and they needed a wheel changing, they will utilise either Virgin or British Airways facilities, and they will have one of their mechanics, their teams come out and fix it for them, and of course they'll charge for it. Yeah, simple as that, really. Pollock 20, welcome to first class. Stephen Guides, or Stephen Guides, good afternoon to you and welcome. Colin McCann, how does such a powerful engine attach to the wing on a plane? Well, Colin, interesting that you should say that, and believe it or not, without wanting to frighten anyone, it's literally a couple of bolts. I mean, it's a little bit more sophisticated than that, but literally the engine hangs off of the pylon that's on the wing, and there are generally, you can see the pylon there between the wing and the engine. Set big feet, big 4-door on alert. This is the one in from Joburg. Let's catch the watch the aircraft sink down on its undercarriage when it touches down. Back wheels of the main's going to touch first. They're very quickly behind that. Will be the front wheels. Boom, boom! Look at that! Wow! Yeah, she sinks down, man. All that weight going down. Highly sophisticated suspension. Very well tuned suspension on these aircraft, of course. Nothing as sophisticated, of course, as the as your performance car or anything like that. But obviously, it's all about slow speed or high speed compression, I would imagine, on the struts themselves. It's all about slowing that compression down and taking all the pressure off of it, rather than being bouncy, if you know what I mean. Mark, well, I got you, mate. I got you. John Bolland loving that. Nice close shot. I do like the tight shots, man. I like the technical stuff. See, literally right through that engine, man. See how small the core is inside the engine, and now that gives you a good idea of why the fan blade. It's the fan blades that are the reason for the big engine cowls. The core is relatively small inside the engine, and they've got them much smaller on these modern jets. Look at the overflow, man. Look at the overflow. It's not something you see very often, man. The overflow on that engine. Don't often see that, I've got to be honest with you. Normally see a little bit of overflow when she's idling on the runway. Trent 1000 and the XWBs, something that we're used to seeing, and that's perfectly normal. But I've never seen the vortex being dragged back into the engine, or actually whichever route it was going. It looked to me like it was going back into the engine. But Sean Truman, welcome. Pollock 20. Is it Stephen Guys? G'day, Stephen. Kevin Truby, welcome. Jeff Bundy, some sort of vent. Yeah, most definitely. Sort of overflow oil, or some kind of a pressure valve of some sort. But something that I've not on previous, I've never seen it happening while the aircraft is actually under power. More so when it's sitting at idle, waiting to go out. You see the little bit of smoke. I'm sure it's normal. Just maybe kind of overflow of some sort, possibly. Etihad, just about to cross the coastline. Another DHL 300, just coming out of Brussels by the looks of it, on his way in. It's going to be a little bit of a while yet. Angie Dijkers, can you take a high air shot again for it before it gets dark? I'm guessing you're saying. High air shot. Before it gets dark. Darren Graham, Dom L, good afternoon. Michaela Marshall, Paul Comber. Harry flatters. Oh, okay. So I'm offending by someone by having a little bit of light-hearted banter. What about when they turn up on your land and just leave litter all over your land and just don't give a damn about you or anybody else around them? You know, just plonk themselves where they like. You know what I mean? And don't pay any tax. What you know, who's offending who here, you know? Can you focus on the moon, Adrian's saying? I can't actually see the bleeding moon. Is it? It's a funny one, isn't it? Sometimes it's visible in the sky, other times it's hiding behind a cloud. I don't know actually. Where is the moon right now? Is there some kind of app where I can go to my thing on, can't I? Go to me thing from. Star Walk. Renee Jensen. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm loading that, fair enough. Okay, I think it's time for the old top to go on. Nothing coming in and sod all going out, GP. Got to take the headset off to put the top on. So just stand by 1 second. How am I going to do this? Hold it right there, Ship.
Crave's just had his pizza delivered to Myrtle Avenue. Fair play. Ben Lewis, Thursday. Actually, it's funny that, isn't it? Quite busy on Thursday at EMA. Why are you saying that, Ben? Can you give us some insider information? Timmy Toothpicks, take care, my friend. Bradley Penny Aviation. Strange question. Never a strange question here on Big Jet TV. But what was the spot you were in at Madrid? I'm hopefully going spotting there in a few weeks. Please let me know. I would really appreciate it. Mad, as in that was that was the yeah. You can you look at that on Spotter Guide, Jenny? You'd be able to find that, wouldn't you? Yeah, we'll find it in a second, my friend. Mark Barr, thank you very much indeed. Paul Skilling, it has picked up wind. Okay. Moonrise at 24:06. Do you mean 02:06? 01:06. Number 8 on Spotter Guide, my friend. Somebody asking me there. Bradley, it is spotterguide.net, and you want to go to Madrid and then go to Spotter Guide position number 8. Now, I warn you, if you do go there, you can get a cab there, but getting one back is very, very tricky because you can't use Uber. I actually went to the car hire place just on the near to where that spotter place is, and they very kindly ordered a cab for me from there. So little bit fiddly in terms of getting back from there. Getting there is fine because you can obviously position it on your Uber map. But order. Judy Chester saying that wind sound like it could give us a few. Is that quite loud on the mic then, Judy? On the feed, sorry. Is it? Okay, that's interesting. So, I'll tell you what I could do. Let me just do this. Hey! I like a good clap, mate. One hour a clap. What's that like? Is that still... That should be more directional towards me now. I do really, no! Hold on a minute. Is that any better? Check, 1 2 1 2. Alan Taylor, welcome to Economy. Welcome, Alan. Oh, Ali Lane and I would have loved to have been at RF Coningsby yesterday to see the Lancashire. It was out yesterday as well. Flipping Nora. I bet you we're going to miss it. I bet you we miss it on... Oh, it was yesterday. Okay. It was yesterday, right, okay. Well, hopefully they might roll her out on Thursday. Jamie Bottomley. Jerry will get back to the van, it will be on bricks. Brilliant. Ting Tong John saying there's 2 bangers having a race across the sea. So that's obviously, is that 2 that come from Brussels, or have they
merged from two different locations. Is that wind any better? I mean, is the audio any better, or is it still the same? That's me, Mark. Much the same. Steve Rogers, what time is the Virgin 747 arriving at Heathrow on Wednesday? Be around about 5 o'clock in the evening, I think. Obviously it doesn't take that long to get here from Manchester, and I believe that it's departing Manchester about 4:40 or something like that. Roger Nyman, the wind is really pounding the mic. Anything that can be done. Really? Shouldn't be any worse than it. Bring that up there like that. Bring that up there like that. See if that's any better. I don't really. Is that any better? Because that is now sort of like, you know, should be a little bit more. Caroline Blair. Nothing wrong with doing a bit of gardening, Caroline. Clear Colville, thank you. One banger going to EMA apparently. There we go. So one of those old bangers is going to EMA. Alan Taylor, good afternoon to you. Yeah, it's not a lot you can do about wind, obviously. Take a couple of tablets. Well, to be honest, it's 8:05. It's Friday, and it's cracker. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, Hodgie, I'm down with that, my old mate. Weekday show at EMA 7 till 9. We'd 6 till 9, I would have thought. The busy period at EMA during the week, and most definitely let's do one of those for sure before the nights get long. The days get short and the nights get long. Phoebe Stern is very windy, struggling to hear Jerry. Blimey, I can't get the mic anywhere near me. Is that any better, Phoebe? Is that any better? John Bolland, time to go and feed Sharky. My little bear. His parachute. Right, folks. I think we've been up for 2 hours, so bear in mind that this is the final show from this position for at least another. Well, let's get this 777 going out for another 30 days at least. However, we will be doing short progress reports, well actually nosy reports here at London Heathrow for the southern runway to see what works they're doing. Going to leave it for a little bit so that they can sort of like get everything moving and get all the diggers in, get all the equipment in place, and then sort of like do a show from up here and see what's going on. I'm sure everybody would be quite intrigued to see that. Never seen that before, it has to be said. I guess there's a lot of stuff on online about repairing and resurfacing and so on and so forth of runways, but actually seeing it being done with all the equipment is something that we'll be able to document here as it happens. Maybe even see the geezers out there painting the lines. LDR in-flight entertainment. Good afternoon to you. Good evening. Marco Meldrew. Thank you for being here. John Shops, great show. Jerry and Gilly, good banter, sound effects and karaoke. Bradley, tuning in from Charlotte, North Carolina. So make sure you download the app, ladies and gents. We wouldn't want you to miss anything. You get a live show update alert if we're going to go live. We'll be back on Wednesday. Your show update will be on Tuesday evening. Anything happening between now and then, we'll obviously keep you updated. If you're new to Big Jet TV, go hit up the website, bigjet.tv. You can find out all about what we do. We're live twice a week, usually midweek show and a weekend show. But with the current climate, we're obviously doing opportunist moments like we're going to do this Thursday as well. So yeah, that's why it's important that you download the app so you can get all your up-to-date information about what we're doing here on Big Jet TV. And of course, it's been an absolute pleasure. Look at that big, beautiful wing flex on that 777. I think at that stage of flight, the wings are flexed as much as the Dreamliner. I've certainly seen that from behind. An example of it, anyway. Wow. Wow. Right. Oh, like that. There you go, folks. Okay. Wow. Been great having you with us. Thank you to everybody for your fantastic comments, for all of your for being here, basically, and your support as well. We really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who sent in their feedback form via the app as well. Really appreciate that. Don't forget, folks, at the end of the month we're going to have the best bits. So we want to know what are your favourite parts of Big Jet TV for the month of July. you might want to wait. You might already have one, but if you do have one, make sure you tell us which show it was from and what it was that you want to see, and send that to bestbits, bestbits, at bigjet.tv, and we will catch up with you, all you folks, you wonderful guys, on Wednesday. But just again, keep your eye open on the app just in case something pops up, because you never know what's going to happen. But bottom line is that we're on a planning mission on Monday and Tuesday. So Wednesday we're going to be here live at Heathrow, over there at the Renaissance, for the arrival of the 747, Virgin 747, and of course the arrival of Emirates A380, welcoming Emirates back to London Heathrow with their A380. And I'm sure there's something else happening, isn't there, Gilly? Isn't there something else happening? I don't know. On Thursday at Heathrow, it was two things. It was three things. Anyway, I'm sure we'll think about it. On Wednesday, yes, sorry, Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we're going to be up at Coningsby stroke RAF Cranwell for Red Arrows display, which we at this stage don't fully know exactly how that's going to play out, but you know what it's like, folks. That's how we roll on Big Jet TV. We just do whatever we can and bring you whatever we can in terms of aviation, and we love it. And we love seeing you all here, folks. So we'll catch you next time on Big Jet TV. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and enjoy your day if you're in the United States of America. And of course, enjoy your day if you're wherever you are, or your evening, or whatever you. But good to the animals as well. See you later. Bye.